Almost forgot. Marker. Okay. Look, I've poured some cement on the holes in the floor. Is it my best job ever? No. Is it fine for this application? Yes. I hate patching it. I'm not very good at it. And the way this was set up, the patch just wasn't great. I got it a little too wet in a couple spots, so it cracked a little bit. It's fine. I did this last night. I did that this morning. I'm not going to do anything else in here for a couple of days. Gonna give it plenty of time to cure. I really kind of wanted to get the toilet set back up, but I'm gonna wait till I get this framing here taken down, because I don't want to be working around it. So that's the plan for now out on the GMD. It's a very short video. I'm gonna need a new wax ring for sure. I don't know if I'm gonna need a new flange for the toilet. I really hope not. Gonna need some new bolts. Gonna need a new drain for the sink. Basically where it comes out of that elbow. I'm just gonna take that nipple apart and we'll figure it out from there, because that ain't right. Clearly. I've been looking around for like a mudroom sink to put in here. They're about $100 locally. With a faucet, they're about $150. Without a faucet, I've seen them go from $100 up to $250, depending on how big the sink is. And I don't need a big sink, so I'm not going to get a big sink. One of the venues I perform at is a restaurant, and as I was packing up the other night, they had a sink that it looks like the legs are broken off of, like a fairly large-ish stainless steel sink. So I haven't heard back yet, but I asked them, like, hey, if you guys are just getting rid of that, I'd be happy to haul it away for you. I'll put it outside, make some legs for it, whatever. I'll put it outside. I'll bring the little bathroom sink that's outside. I'll bring it in here, and then I won't have to buy either sinks. I won't even need to buy a faucet, because the one outside's just cold water, and the one inside's just cold water. I can rig something up with some of that, all these fittings and parts, or any of that galvanized pipe that's still laying around back there. So, I did. I've got to play again tonight. I get the tablet plugged in, and I bought this new thing. I shouldn't have, but I've wanted one for a while, and had some extra income come in that I wasn't expecting. So I bought this. This is the X-Vive U4 system. This is the receiver. This is the transmitter. Plugs into the mix out on my speaker, which is over there somewhere, which is an XLR out. So I plug this into that, turn it on. It sends the mix to this. You supply your own headphones. I'm using these. And it lets me hear. Because one of my venues, I'm so far away from where I set up my speaker to reduce feedback that I can't really hear me. I don't get a lot of slap back from the venue, because it's a long way away. So I bought this to make up for that. And the reason I bought this, we've been thinking about getting some of these for the band, and they all operate on the same 6 channels. So there's 6 channels on the transmitter that you select with this button here, and then 6 channels on the receiver you select with this button here. So I can bring mine and we have a backup for the band, or I can use the band's and keep using mine for my own stuff. Whatever works, it's fine. So there's that. It'll be nice to be able to get all of this crap out of the way. It's only been like 8 weeks. Oh, we gotta haul that bag in. I bought 10 bags total, 10 60-pound bags of locally grown, handy, Paul, Idaho, That is literally like a 3-minute drive. That's where I went. My high school is like kind of just in the border between Rupert and Paul. Anyway, about four wasn't enough. About another 6 on my way home from work yesterday. I have 1 left, which is fine. And I really kind of overfilled. I probably only needed half of the last bag that I opened, but mixing a half a bag of concrete sucks. So I did that. Right there I seeded. Right there I seeded. And just kind of sparingly throughout here I seeded. Seeded all that about a week ago. The grass is coming in just fine. I found a different product that was like a home version of hydro seeding. It's got a little sprayer. You might be able to see it sitting under the mirror in that basket. Came with the seed, came with a little packet. You mix it all together. You spray it with your hose, and then you're done. I did that about 4 or 5 days ago on this bit, and haven't really seen any action on that. They both get watered twice a day. Usually me by hand with the little garden sprayer, or a hand sprayer, I mean, so that's all right. After they did the work, I tested my pressure, you know, with that little gauge right there, and it was okay. What do you think, Lucy? She's feeling better. She wasn't feeling well for about a month, and we couldn't get her into the vet, but yeah, she's back to normal. And I'm glad, Lucy. You're kind of an old grumpy bitch, but that's why we get along. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So I tested pressure there at the new hydrant because that hydrant runs direct from the main, comes off of the main line. So pressure there is pressure that is coming in, right? So tested it. It was a little lower than I thought it should be, but it was obviously better than it was, because I could run my 3/4 inch sprinkler. I think it was Monday or Tuesday night. I think it was Monday. I don't remember. I came home from work and turned on the sink to wash my hands, and my water was brown. I was like, oh, someone shut the water off and turned it back on. It wasn't here. It was kind of a, you eat that grass, Lucy. I think the city did it, and when I turned the water on, not only was it brown, but it had like buku pressure, like more than ever. So first thing I did, of course, is I come out and test it. I opened that one, I opened the new one on this building, and I opened that one all at the same time, and I have no fluctuation at all. So now my pressure is like super duper high, to the point where I can't use my 3/4 inch sprinkler on the base I made because it falls over. So I went and bought one of those. You can probably see it. I don't want to zoom in because I'm lazy. Over there in the middle. I bought one of those like oscillating fan sprinklers. Number one, this one doesn't work as well as I remember them working as a kid. But number two, I have so much pressure now that if I put it any closer there, it gets in my neighbor's yard. But where it is now, it actually gets on top of the house and was spraying in my kitchen window. So I've got to either not run it off of that, or you can get a single spot pressure valve. It just screws in, and it'll drop the pressure to that sprinkler down to 40 pounds. And there it should be fine. I could throttle it, but it's hard to throttle on those hydrants. They're not really meant for fine tuning. Even the one coming off the house here, I have to fine tune a little bit to keep it kind of where that yellowish spot is. Most of the others are clearing up. That one is just not. And I really want to fertilize I've got a weed and feed I want to put down to get rid of all the weeds, but I don't want to weed and feed until the grass is healthier, because I don't want to kill the grass when I fertilize to kill the weeds. So the lawn just may be a lost cause this year. I don't know. We'll keep at it and see. Anyway, that's a short one. That's all I got for you. Hey, Lucy. I'm still tired. I slept like crap last night, ladies and gentlemen. I'm exhausted. I may need another nap today. Anyway, yeah. Hey, I'm back. There you go. Just wrapped up a gig. So I thought, we could, I don't know if we've shown this or not, but kind of the process here. At the end of it all, there's all my leftover cement. I figured that was a good spot for it. Okay. Guitar comes in. Pedal board goes in. And if this was a night that I had another gig the next day, I've got a couple things on the pedal board that need to charge. Tablets in there, wireless headphone things in there. So those would go out over on the desk to charge. It is Saturday night. I do not have a gig on Sundays, so I don't need to worry about that. And the speaker. Speaker doesn't have to come inside, but since I'm here, I wish I could adjust the timer on that light to be just a little longer. It's the longest setting that isn't forever. You know what I mean? I mean, it's fine. It's just, if I could get it to turn on for 2 minutes instead of 15 seconds. Alright, that's it. There have been nights where I've come in and I've packed everything up and I've had my dinner out here. Just because, I'm here, I don't care, I'm doing it. Well, that ain't too bad. It ain't great, but it ain't too bad. Yeah. I think Monday I can start taking that out. It doesn't need to be there. No reason for it. And then we got this shelf here. I think I'll turn all of this into shelving, or all the guitars will go in here, because that's deep enough. Anyway. This is also the point where I would turn on the water on my way in, but I got a timer, so I don't need to do that. But I mentioned to you guys that pressure was ridiculously high, so we're not going to run it tonight. Oh, you can't see anything. I thought it was still light enough. I apologize. Trust me that I've just turned the water off. Okay, there we go. That's it. Going to bed. I'm going to eat and go to bed. I'm waving. See you later. Hey, oh, sorry. Hold on. There you go. It's a little bit of a mess. I'm going to be working on it this weekend. But look, I mean, it's not ideal. We got a hole. There's some bricks back there. Just regular old bricks. This is all going to need to be, obviously, kind of cleaned and straightened up a bit. Sink should be here tomorrow. Get all this crap out of the way. Get the toilet put back in. Get the sink put back in. Then we can kind of, move on with our lives a little bit. What I want to do today is I need to, this wall is going to become a storage wall. So is that wall. So is this. So what I want to do, I want to hang these in here on this wall. So one of the things I want to do call it 21. It's going to stick out, call it 13. So 13 off the wall is there, which should not even reach the window. How big are these bricks? These bricks are 15. So we've got a full brick width and about a half, maybe a third to the window. So that means the shelf, if I hang them on the wall, won't even stick out to the end of this brick. Perfect. Now I have to decide, do I stack them? Do I put them side by side? What do I want to do? I need to build a little cabinet thing for that because I don't want that all out and exposed, because that's, as we've discussed, that's water in, water out to the house, water out to here. And this isn't going to be exact, which is fine. I knew it. I should have done this before, but I wanted to get stuff out of the way. Okay. So we'll call this wall we'll call it 69. Because that's pretty nice. And I want to come out off of this 6 inches. So I've got 69 by 6 for a cabinet or shelves or whatever. Minimum. 21 by 13. Is it 13? Yeah. Call it 14. 21 by 14 for those. So I think maybe what we'll do is we'll hang these on each side of the window. Then I can have some kind of cabinet underneath. Because putting the shelf there and there is going to be kind of dumb. Because they're not going to be able to be very big. Because the window. So maybe if we put these over there, that might work a little better for us. So I got 69 by 6 to work with here. I don't want to come out much more than maybe a foot. But if these are going to go over there, then I need to leave, say we put the top of the cabinet even with that mortar line right there. So I want to leave, we'll say 18 inches just for space purposes on these walls to get them open so they're not bumping into anything. We also need to keep in mind this is going to be framed. Maybe it won't be. It would be nice because then it would be insulated. It's fine in here right now. It was 95 degrees when I left work today. It's even a little warm. I had this down when I was cleaning and it got so warm in here. So, and I thought, a door would be really nice. But this is just a $3 shower curtain. Maybe I'll just put a shower curtain over it, Dogs playing poker. I don't know, something. Anyway, so we're going to design something for that. This can go away because does absolutely nothing. I don't know if you remember, but back down there in the corner, we had a couple water lines. Those can get cut out. I'm going to get my oscillating saw and cut all those nails. Because we don't need those here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. If I take this down, then I'm going to lose all of this. So I might just frame this back out. That's just 2x4 right there. So if I get a 2x6, that'll work just fine. And just put it there and, you know, attach it. Problem solved, and then we can fill in the bottom. Not a big deal. So maybe we'll do that. What's behind the drum set? Oh, just some more boxes. Okay, that's fine. That's a saxophone. That's drum hardware. There should be something on the floor back there, but I can't see what it is. Ideally, this will all be for guitars. Obviously, I don't have this many, but I've got amps and stuff that could go in here. I like to keep the top of this available because it's useful. Tape deck, a couple amplifiers, some speakers. Small stuff like this cajon could go up there. Under that could be some of this other stuff. Like I've got these cases, speaker stands, mic stands. There's a music stand there. If I could actually get rid of this, I wouldn't be too heartbroken about that. So in some cabinets could go that stuff, all of that stuff. That amp could go in the closet. My smaller guitar amp is at the band practice joint, so it can stay there. Like maybe that could go. I kind of want to fix these Geminis up and sell them. I don't need 2 pair of 15-inch speakers. Stuff like that, you know. I got Bill Evans. Live 64 and 75. That's good stuff. Built a real crummy little stand for the fridge because it was very low and it was hard to reach because I'm lazy. And that was all scrap. Very little cuts had to be made. You can see that one's got a bend in it. That was a pallet. So not wood that we use for this, but pallet wood. This was a piece of OSB left over that just happened to be like that exact size. Pretty close. So just made some feet, screwed it together. It's a little off balance, but not bad. Moved the hinge on the fridge. All the necessities. I don't usually drink Coors, but somebody brought me some. I did him good service, he said. And before he left, he said, "I'm going to come back tomorrow and bring you a case of beer." And I said, "Oh, you're silly. You don't have to do that." And he waved as he drove off. And then the next day, there's a case of beer sitting by the door. So no good deed goes unpunished, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Feeling all right about it. I probably should measure that wall. Well, actually, if these bricks are 15, there's a 4 brick run right there. So that means that wall's 60. Probably 62. Oh, I've also got to, you see it right there? I got to get another. This wall, I just painted the whole thing and then I went back and did all the joints. This wall, I did the joints and I'm going to go back and paint the whole thing. I ran out. That's why I didn't finish. So, yeah. Anyway. I need to do some cleanup, obviously, but before I do that, I just want to kind of get a plan, see what we can do. I don't know what I'm going to do with the floor. I should do the floor before I do the toilet and everything else, but that's everything I need for the toilet I have. There's some new closet bolts. There's a drain assembly for the sink. Somewhere, there's a new wax ring. I didn't put it in there because, like I said, it was so hot. I didn't want the wax to get real soft, so it's hanging out in there. Yeah. I think we can make something work. I just want to get an idea. what's going on first. So I'm going to open this finally. Oh, this little guy. Let's talk about this little guy. This little guy is amazing. I love it. And I kind of hate it, but I mostly love it. So, runs on the same batteries that all my other tools run on, the V20s. Goes right in there. And if you look at the front, there's a fan button and a drop button. And there's a drop button because on the bottom, it's got a hose. You throw that hose in a 5-gallon bucket full of water, and you hit the water button, fan comes on, this comes on, and water comes out of these. And it mists, and I liked it so much here without the mist thing that I bought one for work. And when I was out digging a hole to work on some sprinklers, God, I was so glad to have this. I was so glad. It was still hot as hell, but it was maybe 85 instead of 102. And it was like $60, I think. It's pretty cheap for what it is, you know. Did mean I had to get some Craftsman batteries for work because we have Milwaukee stuff at work, but Milwaukee didn't make one of these. So, there, Milwaukee. Do I not have... I thought I brought my knife out with me. I guess I didn't. Well, I still cannot find a decent snap knife in town. They went to the newer tool, hardware, appliance, whatever stores. Nothing. It's a little disappointing. So I bought this because I had this Ryobi that I found at a thrift store. You guys have seen it. And I was so sure I burned it up cutting the first hole in the floor. But it was fine for cutting the second one. I hate to be without. So this can go in the other shed. Packaging has seen better days. This was not an order. This I picked up local. So I knew what it looked like before I grabbed it. That it's got some heft to it. That's a lot heavier than the Ryobi. Not always a bad thing. Okay. Now I can get this out of here. Keep that. Yeah. We're kind of just in a small organizing planning phase before we get to work on this. But I think we'll be good. I gotta get the vacuum out and clean all this stuff off. Especially that poor mixer. That mixer's seen hell. Good thing I got stuff to clean it. Anyway. That's all I got today. I didn't really have much. I just wanted to come out. There's my extra bag of cement. Concrete, excuse me. It's different. Might play guitar for a little while. I need some musical therapy. So I'm gonna get out of here. I will see you guys later. Howdy. There you go. Got Perry going on in the bathroom background. Got a sink to go in the bathroom. Those are the words. Here's the cheapest drain pipe you could possibly buy. At least it's not corrugated. A couple of fill lines. That's pretty good. A stop sign. Everybody needs that. Read the instructions, blah, blah, blah. Do not return it to the store. I won't take it back to Amazon. So the one I found that I really liked was at Lowe's. This is quite a bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. The one I found that I liked was at Lowe's. It was $119. Had everything. And was $80 to ship. It's not going to want to come out, is it? Yeah, it was $80 to ship it. And I'm not paying $80 to ship a thing that costs only slightly more than that. And it costs $80 to ship it. There we go. Woo. It costs $80 to ship it. Because it would be going private. Not like UPS, FedEx, whatever. And some stuff I'm fine doing that with, you know. Had to get a new front door for the house. That shipped private. That's fine. But yeah, the rest of it, no thank you. Like this one came UPS, just fine. Legs, drain assembly, feet, etc. Fill lines, drain, etc. What I'd like to do, I think, is not put it here, but off to the side, this way a little more. Maybe. I don't know for sure. So I still need to take this apart and fiddle with that, but I want to get it in and set up and see what I need. So yeah. Where did I put there? There it is. They finally saw him and said, "Yeah, you're fine. No diabetes. Go home." And that was like at 1 a.m. This guy, if you don't know Perry, boy, he's he's a product of his time. Let's say that. Everything he knows about talking with women, he learned from watching porn. Ripped off Andrew Dice Clay's act pretty hardcore. Why is this fighting with me so much? It's just cardboard. Look at this, complicated. If only I would have read the directions. We're having a story with Perry right now because Perry is very stubborn and set in his ways about a lot of things. And currently, he took himself to the emergency room because he was just not feeling good, man. Not feeling good at all. And turns out he's severely dehydrated because I drink coffee. I drink a lot of coffee. I enjoy coffee. Perry here, he drinks a pot of like double caffeine, bulletproof coffee every day. He's taken 3 Excedrin migraine, that's the ones with the caffeine in them, every 3 hours, every day. Because he needs them, because he doesn't feel good if he doesn't take them. He also had it would have filled a duffel bag. The amount of So these are adjustable, so you can get it level. A duffel bag's worth of like dietary supplements and these other pills and brain attention retention. There we go. Just all of these things. Takes a multivitamin. I should really just set the phone down. Takes a multivitamin, which has a lot of stuff in it, and then he's doubling up on all these other things. He says he's got horrible stomach problems. And, you know, once everybody's looking at the pills he's taking, he's like, well, yeah, no wonder. You're basically overdosing on 6 different things. And if you would just stop taking them for about a week, you'd probably feel better. So he goes to the hospital. They're like, no, no more. You are horribly dehydrated, and you're dehydrated because you keep taking all these pills and all this coffee and all this caffeine and blah, 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 blah. Ow. Who did that? That's stupid. Why would you put that? It's got a square nut on it. I'm going to need 2 hands to put these legs on. We'll be back in a minute. He's so angry. Problem. I need to take all of this out. This is all fused together, so it's starting to move the whole stack. That's fine. That's okay. But I need to get this out because none of this is sized appropriately. Here's the bit that comes off the P-trap. Goes this way. And this is okay. But I've got to get this off. It was so corroded and built up with plumber's putty. Right here. That's what was all over this. Just putty. Pipe dope all over that. It's just an absolute mess. So I've got to get this off. And it's not it's not doing what I want it to do because it's been on there so long. There's nothing in this is going the way it's supposed to. So what I need to figure out here, the best way to do this, I wouldn't mind if I could take that whole pipe out. I wouldn't mind that at all, but I think we tried that once and it did not budge. Did not even budge. Because I just replaced all of that with some ABS or something and be better that way. But yeah. So gonna have to work on that for a little while. There's the sink mostly put together. These legs, I hate the way these legs work because you almost got to pound on them or fill the thing full of water, you know, but faucet's on. That's real easy. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is getting done today. I really wanted it to get done today. I need to stop planning on finishing things the same day I start them in this project. I'm at work. It's 10:42 p.m. and I'm here turning on some water. And all these lights are solar lights people put out on graves. Those. There's not a lot right now because we try and keep it fairly cleaned up, but you know, we'll never get to see this because we're never here when it's dark. And this is just one little section. I think that's all right. Anyway, that wasn't very helpful. I'm leaving now, or going home. Well, I'm gonna go get some food, and then I'm going home. Peace.